My boyfriend begged to open our relationship, then called me a cheater when I agreed.
Come on, make up your mind.
So my boyfriend, 23 male, and I, 21 female, have been together throughout our times at university. Coming up on 3 years now. He is my first relationship and my first body, whereas he has slept with a number of people before we got together. We have spoken before about wanting to have a future together and potentially kids once we both have a stable source of income. For the first time in years, we're spending a few months apart as he has a graduate job and I don't. I have been living in my family home and working in hospitality, so we haven't seen each other in a few weeks. Prior to this, our relationship was a little strained due to academic stress, and we were arguing for the first time ever. And this comes from Unraveled Words. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP continues. We also almost entirely stopped having spicy sleep for months, and the relationship felt like it was getting dry.
Because no one's getting wet.
Ooh, oh!
It's true, though.
You're not. No wet carrot. Everyone's unhappy.
No wet carrot.
Gross. I have a higher spicy sleep drive than he does anyway, so it was mostly me who was finding this difficult.
What?
What do you mean, what?
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy. It's fairly common.
With women having a higher one than men?
Yes.
What?
That's fairly common.
No.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's pretty common.
We don't come across, it's usually like, blah, blah, blah.
We've read a lot of stories where women have higher spicy sleep drives.
I must not be on these.
You're not listening.
I guess I'm not.
Open your freaking ears.
Come on. We spoke about it, and he suggested we opened up our relationship and allowed each other to see other people until we could move back in together when I found a job in the same city as him. He even implied that the idea of a ménage à trois while watching me have spicy sleep with someone else would excite him.
I hate. Sorry, I shouldn't say anything.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Judge. I just think that's weird. I don't want to watch my partner do anything.
Well, that's why
if
you
it's
don't
not
have to
with
do
me.
it.
Yes, I know.
It's all right if he does it. But
It's weird.
he does seem like he's going to be an a-hole. So as much as this might seem strange to other people, I was quite excited he suggested this, as I have never really had the opportunity to explore my identity. I was experiencing some anxiety about the fact that I have only ever been in a committed relationship, and I was worried I would one day regret not exploring more when I was younger. Despite this, I still love him a lot and know he is the one I eventually want to settle down with. Since we opened our relationship about a month ago, I have slept with 2 people, a girl and a boy. Okay. Going well for you so far.
Oh, okay. She's getting it from both
Yeah.
ends. I love that.
Pause.
I met them both on dating apps, and I was very open about the fact I had a boyfriend and I just wanted to explore. Both people were very accepting of this. I enjoyed the experiences a lot, and I ended up spending a few nights with this girl in her apartment. It was mostly just because I find living at home very frustrating after having the freedom of living with my friends and boyfriend throughout uni, and my parents still treat me like a child. She and I only actually had spicy sleep a couple of times after drinking, and mostly when we would hang out, we would just play Minecraft or go to the pub. Sounds pretty nice.
Hot.
It sounds pretty nice.
This is Sophia's dream.
This is honestly, I don't need to go to a pub unless they have Old Mout. Which, if you're at a pub, maybe you do.
What is that?
Yeah,
Old Mout is
what?
the only drink that I've really found that I like. And I I usually, I don't mind a cocktail, depending on what the cocktail is. But Old Mout it's a hard cider.
Old Mout.
And it is really good.
Sounds like it's made by a white man.
I think it's from New Zealand, so maybe.
Yeah, those white men.
It's really good.
Malt
It's-
cider.
It's
This?
really good, yeah. They have a bunch of different flavors, and they only sell them in the UK and New Zealand. But they're really good.
UKers.
This is not a
Let us know.
sponsorship, but if Old Mount wants to send these internationally to me. It was more like a friends with benefits situation. I was very open about the fact I was staying at her place with my boyfriend, and she was totally okay with the fact I had a boyfriend. So anyway, my boyfriend has been planning to visit me this coming weekend, and I've been thinking about what he said that he would like to have ménage à trois. I asked this girl about it, and she said she would be down. So I brought it up to my boyfriend, and his reaction totally shocked me. He went absolutely nuts after finding out I had spicy sleep with this girl and said he had no idea. So, in a surprising turn of events, you are kind of the a-hole.
Yeah, you gotta let everyone know what's happening.
How did you? What do you mean he didn't know? What do you mean he didn't know?
Yeah, why aren't you saying like, hey,
met this girl?
yeah, that's the whole point of like open relationship. Open relationship equals open communication.
Yes, super open.
You can't just like sleep with them or like, you know, be dirty and then just be like, by the way, this happened. Like that should be a conversation before.
Yeah, that is a minute by minute conversation.
If you want your relationship to be a rock, you have to write on paper that you're scissoring.
He feels like he has been cheated on because I didn't explicitly tell him that I had spicy sleep with this girl, only that I had been staying at her place occasionally. Honestly, I agree with him.
Yeah.
I fear I must agree with him, and I hate that you're making me do that, OP.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I had other expectations, and you've changed them.
Of the chairman? Of the let me sit in the chair, man?
I had other expectations of him. I was on your side, and then you have to make me not be on your side.
I completely thought that this was like open relationship, open
Communication.
Open Google Calendar.
Yeah,
Open
honestly,
Google
that's the best
Drive.
way.
And then it turns out you're just a little lying, conniving little
Liar.
thing.
Little thing.
Little thing.
I was sidelined. I assumed that he had also been seeing other people. Why are we assuming anything?
Oh, that makes a
Yeah.
thing out of you and me.
As there have been a few nights where he has not replied to me in the evening or asked to call like he usually does. However, he's saying that when he spoke about opening up our relationship, he meant only for menage a trois and not for us to explore on my own. And Ron kisses. Sophia says this and always agrees with me.
She does get that a lot.
And there we are. Even when I agree with the men, I'm still...
But I really do want to agree with the women.
I do think you're joking, but it is the comment that I hear the most. This surprised me as I got a completely different impression from our initial conversation where we spoke about us both getting a chance to explore before we settled down and became adults. One of my friends from uni also sent me a screenshot of him on a dating app from a couple of weeks ago, which I told her I was completely fine with as we were both using that.
Interesting.
Okay, now it's a different story.
Okay, now we're getting a little bit into muddy waters.
We're going back to fair game.
He says now he only had the app to look for a third, not for him to do his own thing.
But you gotta talk about that.
I think the issue we're finding is that both of you are bad at open relationships.
Well, I think they had different opinions of what an open relationship is. Like, he thought it was just being in a menage a trois, but
Yeah.
she thought that was seeing other people, like, not including him.
And
See,
and
look.
that's on both of you.
Yeah.
If you want to have one good relationship, you have to be very open with communication. If you want to have a relationship where you open and have other people in it, you have to be really good at talking with other people and planning and scheduling. You have to be type A personality. You have to have that.
Yeah. Wait, where did that go? Oh, there was a really funny comment, but it's
I
gone.
know, I just saw it too.
It said, I can't be this. I'm a white man from New Zealand. Now he is saying that he isn't sure if he can look past me cheating on him and that he needs some time to think about whether or not he wants to be with me. I am completely devastated. I have deleted the apps from my phone and blocked the 2 people I slept with no explanation, or just continuing the streak of no communication.
Wait, you blocked the girl who you were having fun with?
Yeah.
Why? You were having fun with her.
Well, it's too late.
Oh, I don't like that.
Although I did want to explore, I have always been certain that he is the man for me. And we are going to pause for a second because Nina is asking, can we go back to the exact wording in the beginning? We are going to do that. We're going to do that and see exactly what they agreed on. So just to be clear, everyone, boyfriend comes, they've been having some difficulties and he comes to OP after they haven't really been having any spicy sleep, and he suggested that we open our relationship and allowed each other to see other people until we could move back in together. He even implied the idea of a menage a trois. So that's kind of all OP gives us, which is not a lot of information, and either means OP and him didn't talk enough about it, or she's leaving out stuff. I don't know. We get on so well, and he is dependable, caring, driven, everything I could ever want in a partner. My friends and family love him, and we also share most of the same friends, so our lives are intertwined. We have even decided on our kids' names and the street we want to live on one day.
Don't do the sunk cost fallacy BS.
Well,
all right?
I don't even think it's a sunk cost fallacy. I think OP wants to be with him.
I don't. It doesn't feel like that to me. I could see where you're thinking, but it feels like she's established ground in this whole world already with this person. We already have our kids. I have to pick them out with someone else. It's like, just give it up.
I can't use those names again? Yeah, do you have to come up with new names every time you have a new partner?
I am thinking about that because I want to name my kid Charlotte. So
Yeah.
she can go by Charlie. But
And did you already talk about that with an ex-partner?
Yeah. And she's married and might have kids soon, so I'll just see if
One of them is Charlotte.
yeah.
Yeah, who gets dibs on the name when you break up?
Oh, my ex didn't even care. He's like, I don't care.
Dang.
I was like, cool.
Okay, that doesn't apply here.
Well, I'm just saying, some people don't care.
Some people just don't care.
Some people don't care, and so I can do it. I can still do it.
I once
There you
kissed a
go.
girl in kindergarten, and she said our kid's name would be John, but I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, your friend's name is John.
I used to give out free kisses in kindergarten.
I never kissed a girl in
I
kindergarten.
would have people
just
come
made
to
that
my
up.
cubby. I'd be like, free kisses.
My first kiss was in 7th grade.
My first kiss, I think, was in like 5th grade.
My first kiss was in college.
Hell yeah,
Woo!
Queen!
Oh, I
It was
hated
not
my first
good.
kiss too.
It was bad.
I had more tongue than I thought I should have.
No.
I think that's just like a common thing.
I hate tongue. Sorry, hate it.
They
Do not Do not put that on me.
They're not doing it right.
I'll do it when I am under the influence.
Oh.
Not when I
Anyway.
am sober.
I have tried to explain to him that this was just a lack of communication and that I never wanted to hurt him. I have never even looked at another person until we agreed to open the relationship. But he's just saying this changes the way he thinks about me entirely. He has barely spoken to me since finding out and pretty much ignored my apologies. How do I earn his trust back? And we've got comments. But what do you think?
I don't think you need to earn his trust back. Truthfully.
I think in the sense that you both need to figure out can we move on from this? Because there was just a complete lack of communication on both ends.
I would just lay down the facts. I'm guessing when
Yeah.
you guys talked about it, it was either in person, on the phone, or over text.
I think it was over phone.
Yeah. Okay. So if
But I'm not 100%.
I would be like, okay, what did you exactly say? Like when I asked, we should open it, or like who even suggested that? Was it him? Was it her?
He
Yeah,
suggested.
so he suggested it. So it's like, okay, but you didn't set the boundaries, so it was very muddy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was on the table and was off the table. So I think that is kind of, his fault in a way.
And then you apologize and you say, I wasn't aware of what was on the table. I should have clarified, and that is my fault. But now that we are here, I don't want this to end. Is there any way that we can clarify and be on the same page moving forward? But I don't know. I don't know if he'll get over it.
Yeah.
Department Dapper says, I didn't quite understand your post. Does your boyfriend know you had spicy sleep with another guy, not a girl? If so, that's probably the real reason for his anger. But either way, it's his fault. He shouldn't have suggested an open relationship if it wasn't a sincere decision. He knows about both now, as he began questioning me about it when I told him about the girl. Affectionate Trash says, in the eyes of most poly relationships, you have cheated. You said you made the new people aware of your boyfriend, but did he know you were actively going on dates and intending to sleep with people? I don't think you guys have the right communication and maturity for an open relationship. I 100% agree. OP says, I didn't tell him at all about the guy until he asked, but I was under the impression that he knew I had slept with the girl. Why are we under any impressions? Stop being under impressions. I'm
Actually
over
talk
it.
it out.
Yeah. I guess it is poor communication on my behalf that he didn't understand the nature of my relationship with her. You think? The reason why I didn't tell him details is because I personally wouldn't be comfortable with knowing the ins and outs of what my boyfriend was doing with other people, and I stupidly assumed he felt the same. And there it is
Dude.
again. It's just the constant assumptions.
All right,
I thought this and you thought that.
Stop
All right.
thinking.
Yeah.
My
let's
poly
spit
people.
facts.
Yeah.
my poly people question.
That's
if you were
no one
entering
here.
a poly... Sorry, what?
I said that is no one here.
Yeah, there
It's
is.
the chat.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, chat.
I was talking
Okay,
to chat.
sorry. I thought you were like talking. So I was like-
Anyways, my poly people, if you're going into a poly relationship, do you have to be okay with understanding all of the gruesome details that your partner commits on other people, spicily, consensually? Yes or no?
Personally, not as a poly person. I think it's just person to person. The only thing you have to do is communicate about what you want to know and what you don't want to know.
And then you also, it's
What
kind of,
also?
you have to like get permission.
Yes! Yes! A permission slip!
Consent.
Like you do for field trips.
Yes.
Come on, people.
Every
You need
field
your
trip.
parents to sign the permission.
Yes. I just assumed that he was, and assumed he knew I was as that was what we had both agreed to do. Orwellian iconoclast.
Orwellian.
Ooh.
Orwellian.
Orwellian iconoclast.
I don't know. Iconoclast? I don't know.
Like.
Classic. He wanted to open up the relationship because he thought he'd get to sleep with other people. Now he's mad and trying to punish because you had success on the apps and he didn't. That isn't what it feels like in this situation at all. We have read a lot of these stories. That isn't what it feels like at all.
I apologize. My wives, sorry. I thought he was referring to just us in the room. I knew you guys are in the room too, but physically, I can't see you.
And the Tomless is not all the details, but I do need to know who and when. Yeah.
Share your Google Calendar. That's the most
Yes.
effective thing I've
Honestly,
heard of.
I agree. Mischief Managed says, for real, this happens so much, it's practically a cliche. OP says, after receiving a few comments saying to unblock the girl, I definitely will be. She was really great, and I think we could have a friendship if nothing else now. I just did it out of blind panic because I wanted to salvage my relationship. And we've got an update. The comments are letting this girl off way too easy.
She's young. She doesn't know any better.
I mean, she's what, 23?
21.
Oh, she's 21.
She's 21. He's 23.
Oh, okay. He's 23. So yeah, she is young. It's her first relationship. She doesn't know. I think that it makes sense why a lot of this happened and why there was a lack of communication. But it is very important, if this one does end and you go into the next one, that we communicate.
Look, I say call it with this fella and get with the girl.
Let's move on.
Let's just not do this anymore.
I don't know. We'll see.
Who do you get to play Minecraft and go to the pub with that dude?
True. And we're asking real questions here. Yeah, I don't know. Unless you guys can really sit down and talk it out and communicate, I don't know if this can continue.
I don't think he's going to be able to look past it.
Yeah.
Also, it's weird. He didn't even talk about him downloading apps. I'm just throw in the towel.
2 days later. So he finally called me after he finished work last night for us to talk. I apologized again for the miscommunication and said that I didn't feel we had a detailed enough conversation to establish boundaries and to define what an open relationship means to us. Yeah.
That should have been discussed before, but
Numero uno. And that's on
Glad-
both of you.
glad that we're doing it.
Just look up a
Post.
yeah.
Post.
Anyone, if you want this, look up a wiki how to open a relationship.
Yeah, it's got one of those like weird drawings
Poly
too.
for dummies.
He agreed but didn't apologize for his role in that. Don't love that. He then said that he was mostly hurt because I seemed to have developed an emotional connection with this girl, which I can understand, and I apologized for again. Then he asked me if I felt like I was happy in our relationship. And to my surprise, I told him I wasn't.
Whoa.
Oh.
Dun,
Big
dun,
reveal.
dun.
Wait, so she doesn't regret? Is that like
No, she's just saying, he's like, I think he's asking, do you even want to continue this relationship? Are we salvaging something here? And I think they're both realizing that they had problems before because there was a problem in the relationship.
Yeah, but now like the poly has come into the situation as well, and that has caused even more problems.
Yeah.
So it's like you never solved the first problem to begin with.
Exactly. Stop opening up your relationship to fix the problems in your relationship.
Got it.
It's like fighting someone in an arena and then you're like, wait a minute, I'm going to get more people in here to fight. Let's do it one by one.
Who else hates this guy?
He said he wasn't either, and so we decided to break up. I think that's for the best. I haven't even had a text from him this morning, and I haven't tried to reach out either. I do feel hurt and a bit lost, but after the last few days of crashing out, I also feel a huge sense of relief. As well as reading all the comments under this post, I also spoke to a couple of my friends, and came to the conclusion that if the two of us were truly happy together, we wouldn't have felt the need to open our relationship in the first place. Not entirely true, but in this case, 100% true.
I think that's facts.
I think
She
right
is
here,
now making
yes.
sense.
I'm going to give some time to heal, but now when I'm ready, I am free to be a young adult without the pressure of a big future looming over me. It has also opened up new job opportunities, as I don't just have to look in the same city as him, so we could move in together. And I hope you move on over to listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit left, but do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, this is how you ask for an open relationship.
Yes, the drawings.
1, understand an open relationship. And if you want it, 2, introducing the subject.
Yes.
3, discussing the details.
Okay.
Establish ground rules and talk about protection. Discuss whether you want to tell your friends or family. And be sure to express communication will be the absolute key.
Yes.
Key to making the relationship successful. All right.
Honestly, yes. Honestly, all of that was really good.
All right.
Everyone who wants to open the relationship, follow this wiki how.
How to break up. This is what we're going to do for you now, OP.
How to survive a breakup over 40.
Tough.
Honestly, that's going to be me. What? I don't
Oh,
know.
man. How to respect yourself after a breakup? No, I just want to know how to break up.
Oh, well, nobody knows about that because it depends on the situation. That's
It's
why
true.
we're here.
Yeah.
You go to OK Storytime if you want advice on how to break up.
We know everything.
Literally.
But we got a little bit left. I know a lot of people are calling him a piece of crap and gaslighting liar, but I'm still very fond of him. And so I don't really care at the moment to argue with him and question his side of the story. I genuinely think it was both of you. I think anyone who's saying it was just one of you did not read the story. Like, there was clearly a lack of communication.
Everyone here sucks.
Yeah, but also you're young, so I get that. Whether he changed the terms of our open relationship or did end up sleeping around and didn't want me to know, maybe at some point I'll bring him up on this, but I think the most important thing is for us to both try and move forwards. As for the Minecraft girl, I sent her a text saying I'll give her a call at some point soon to explain, and she said that she was totally okay and to take my time.
Wow.
So, very nice.
What?
I don't think that you should get together with her immediately because you literally... What?
I would be annoyed if I was the girl and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you blocked me and then we're like, oh, sorry, I'll explain everything, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like,
Okay.
no.
I disagree with that. I think you guys should live together and be happily ever after.
No.
Plus, your profile on Reddit is a Pokemon character.
I think
I think
I
you
would
need a
have
minute.
to.
I think OP literally
Oh,
asked.
it's Leafeon.
Oh, cute. OP literally
I
said, I
would-
want, like, time for me. So have time for you, girl.
See, but I would have to refer you to my book, Too Little, Too Late.
Yeah. Yeah, you've missed
Chapter
out
18,
here.
How to Break Up WikiHow.
Yes.
Wait, I actually have that pulled up. I was about to show this to you guys, how to end a relationship respectfully.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll do it. Oh, I was going to.
Oh, okay. So hopefully I have at least made a friend and something good has come out of this. Thank you once again, everyone, for the help and support. And that's it. And there you go.
Okay, this is how you do it, guys, if you're thinking about doing a
I'm
breakup.
ready.
All right, number 1, schedule a time. 2,
Why is your watch like that?
I don't know,
It's
body
on
tea.
backwards.
2, make sure to choose an appropriate location. This is everything.
A bench in a park.
Park bench.
Public area. That's why you always have public dates. So whenever it happens, it isn't out of nowhere.
I don't
Number
know.
3.
I wouldn't want to break up with someone in public area.
Yes, you don't want to do it in the confines of your own home, though.
I was broken up in my bedroom.
F that guy. F him. Actually, F him because he made you make dinner for him, too. F that guy. I
is
hate
true.
him. He is super weird, and I am not friends with him.
Same.
Anyways, number 3.
It was a really good dinner,
Plan
too.
what you want to say. 4. It was great. That was the last sweet potato I've ever had from you.
Aw,
Number 4.
I can make more.
Thank you. Make sure that breakup in person, it's safe. Have a friend if needed.
A friend? No,
A friend
thank you.
around. Like to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, you hand them off to the friend.
No, but just like I'm in the area. Like if I
Yeah.
knew this was happening,
Sure,
I
sure,
would like to have been in the house just to make sure everything was
I
fine.
think you were in the house.
I came by later.
Yeah.
Maintain
I
your,
heard about it at rock climbing.
Yeah.
maintain your composure. Focus on the issues, not the person. Try to avoid giving your partner
look at her face.
false hope. Anticipate the reaction,
Oh.
and then what to do after the breakup.
Meet
Try
up
to
with
be
someone
free.
else. Oh, sorry.
This one's real.
Pray.
Pray.
Exercise. Drink.
Pick your nose.
Wait, no, that's not what she's doing.
Deciding.
Contemplate.
Why don't you grabbing her?
Argue.
She was lobster
Journal.
catching.
I was about to say that.
Like
Ooh,
it.
her eyebrow. Go back
therapy.
up.
That was therapy.
Whoa. The eyebrow is more
This
than half her
is
face.
that invincible?
Communicate your frustrations. Establish.
Talk to your
share,
dad.
Talk to your dad.
And
Talk to
yeah,
your-
that's make your decisions with your friend. Make your
Look
final
at her
decision.
bangs. Wow.
They're banging.
Wow.
Dang.
Bangs are banging.
Those are
I'd bang
nice
that.
bangs.
All right. So that's the end of that
I'd
one.
bang those
I get
bangs.
those bangs.
That was really trigger heavy, guys.
Yeah.
Was it?
I was triggered heavy. All right, I'm gonna go check on Keon downstairs. Let's get the next one up.
My boyfriend refused to use any bathroom but ours and thinks it's normal.
You gotta branch out.
My 25 female boyfriend, 24 male, can't go to the bathroom unless it is the one in our apartment.
And I do know someone like this. We both know someone like this.
Shy peer.
No,
No,
it's
they
just
li-
like the.
they like
it's
a
just,
home
yeah,
bowl.
Yeah.
They like a home bowl.
Mm-hmm. That's also like a germ thing too.
That's what Sydney's roommate.
Mm-hmm.
Humble.
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 If he's not home when he has to go and he doesn't make it back in time, he will go in his pants. I wish I was kidding. Okay.
Okay, well, so
She
now it's
doesn't
an
do
issue.
She doesn't do that.
Now it's an issue. So now that's like you should go to therapy.
That's why I do it on trees, guys.
Yeah, why doesn't he take his pants down? Why don't we just pee on the
Floor.
the floor? Why are we peeing in our pants?
Wear something.
Yeah, wear a diaper at that point.
Like Christina the Greek says, I was like that when I was 8.
Yeah, and then you grew up.
I figured it out after seeing him have 2 different accidents. The first time it was after his friend's birthday and we had both been drinking. Okay, I can kind of understand that one. My boyfriend was really embarrassed and I thought it was just because of the booze. It had never happened before in front of me, so I just let it go. The second time it happened, we were out shopping and there was no booze involved. He went in his pants because we didn't get home in time.
Genuinely, after the second time it happens, I'm having a conversation with my boyfriend and I'm saying, hey, maybe I still love you, but we gotta work on you peeing in your pants.
We're going to read some stories about potty time.
Yeah. We're gonna work on potty training.
By the way, this comes from one ultimatum off my chest. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And we are here to give some good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only tell you what we would do. But let us know what you would do down in the comments. As Opie says, we met in university during my second year and his first. I lived on campus and he shared an apartment with his brother, 26 male, off campus. I never realized he would go back to his apartment if he needed to use the bathroom. I went on to the pharmacy program at our university and he went on to do his master's degree. In what? Peology?
Pissing me off with you.
Pissing me off. That's funny. After we graduated, I moved in with him. The apartment is close to the hospital I would be working at. My boyfriend found a remote job and the rent was a good price for this area.
How does he go on vacations?
He doesn't.
Yeah. Does he never
has,
leave?
He has a pair of pee pants.
He's got pee pants.
He has pee
He's got his
pants.
vacation pants.
I got my vacation pee pants. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
His family lives 2 hours away. He can use the bathrooms at his parents' house because he grew up there. Okay, good. One set of his grandparents lives near his parents, and he can also use their bathrooms because they have lived in the same house since he was born.
Okay, so
All right. We've got 3 houses that we can pee in.
He has 3 houses.
how do you
That's it.
make it to the point where this is a safe place? What's
We
the
need more
rules of that?
houses.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Pigeon says PhD. That one's so good.
Oh, I got his PhD.
Dang it. He is getting his PhD because he's getting his master's.
That's not no.
Well, what is the doctorate, PhD?
Tell them. You have undergrad,
bachelor's?
bachelor's, master's, PhD.
PhD, yeah, PhD's after master's.
Oh,
He might be going to it after his master's.
He could be.
well, might want to get new pants. His other grandparents moved to another province when they retired, and my boyfriend has never visited them because of this bathroom situation. My boyfriend's brother lived in the apartment for 2 years before my boyfriend moved in. and it took him all that time to get used to the idea of using the bathroom there. His parents told me he has been like this his whole life, and they laugh about this quirk of his.
It's not a quirk. That and that actually is the issue.
Yeah.
That as parents, because that's you failed a little bit as parents if your child pees his pants because he can't get a bathroom that he likes.
And he's getting a master's degree.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. Well, okay, wait. We got his. How old was he?
I don't know.
20.
He's like 20, 22, 23.
Something like that. I think that it's an issue. It's an issue, and he should have been going to therapy.
Yeah.
Because he should, you gotta find that.
Shy bladder syndrome, SBS.
What is shy bladder system? It is a social anxiety disorder. People who has this are unable to have or have severe difficulty urinating, peeing when they are away from home.
Yeah.
Avoidant bashful bladder.
Phobia.
Yeah. This is a thing. Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely needs to go see someone about it. There's people who can help him.
Yeah,
and they just thought of it as like, oh, it's just his quirk.
Yeah,
Like, that's
he just
not a
pees
quirk.
himself. It's not.
That
It's
is
not.
after like 6 years old, 7, 8. It's
I would
not
say
really a quirk.
after 8 to 10, like
Dude.
that's
Yeah.
when you're like, okay, now
It's not a
now
quirk
it's not a
anymore. You need to like actually get over this phobia. Of
Yeah.
yours.
This says studies suggest that up to 25% of people in the United States have some degree of this anxiety.
Wow.
What? That's crazy. I don't believe that. I don't believe
My friend is like that.
I mean,
in
I
high
know a
school.
person who is like that as
She
well.
would not go at work even if she had to. She'd be like, I can't.
That's like 1 in
just
4
hold it
people.
in.
I mean, statistically, someone in this house has that.
I'm good. I can pee. I can pee anywhere as long as it's the actual bathroom.
I love peeing everywhere.
Stop, Savannah.
Like not.
Stop peeing
I
everywhere.
like to pee.
You're like, don't.
We can't let her anywhere. She pees
Jonah
on
doesn't
everything.
pee everywhere.
You do. That's right. You're right.
My boyfriend is trying to tell me this is normal and that lots of people can only go at home. Oh, when he says that, it makes me feel like screaming. I can believe people prefer to go at home. However, they will also use whatever bathroom is closest instead of going in their pants.
Yeah.
No one else in his family is like this. His brother just joined the Navy. Imagine you're in the Navy and you just pee your pants.
No,
They'd
that's
probably
his
be
brother.
chill with
Though.
it.
I know, but imagine.
They probably would.
Yeah, they're in the water.
His dad is a conductor for a railroad company. His mom
What
is
are
a
these
postal worker.
Oh, they're
Very
very
different.
government.
They are very government.
Everyone, what does he do?
Remote job.
Remote job.
Let down.
Humble. They couldn't do those jobs if they were like my boyfriend. None of his friends have ever said anything that I know of either. I told him he needs to see a therapist. He is refusing because he doesn't think anything is wrong. He's just okay with peeing in his pants.
Well, because all of his family and presumably his friends have been like, oh, that's just the way he is. He's just a little pee boy.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can't even go on vacations because you're afraid of this.
Exactly. He wouldn't be able to go. Like, what are you literally? I would say, what are we gonna do when we go on vacations?
This is bad. At least he doesn't poop in his hand and lower it into the bowl to avoid the
Oh,
splash.
that was a story that we read.
What? What? No. I do not want to live in this apartment forever. I want to travel. Where my parents live isn't far from us, but I have big family and I want to bring him to visit them. What if he gets offered a better job that isn't fully remote? I told him I am done if he doesn't go to therapy, and he says I am selfish.
Wow. You're selfish?
That's not selfish. That's like,
Because
you can't be a grown man
Yeah.
doing that.
like you'll never get to see my family, and I'm selfish.
You can't just be a grown human doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not okay. There's definitely something going on up here.
Yeah.
All right,
that
hear
you
me
can
out.
totally work through.
We got a solution here.
Yeah.
We have a catheter, and the bag is in your boots. And that is your thing that you wear so you can go anywhere you want to, and it just
Oh,
goes
man.
right into the bag.
I just don't. Yeah.
I think we could get them to that point. That
Hmm.
super easy. It is mobile pee bag.
Christine the Greek says, will he pee his pants at their wedding?
Good point.
I mean, yeah, I would
Their
think
wedding has to
so.
be within like 15 minutes of their apartment.
Can't even go
Their
on a
wedding's at the
honeymoon.
apartment.
Yeah.
Unless he
No.
visits the honeymoon place and he gets like a relationship with the bathroom.
Yeah, he's like, it has to be somewhere I know.
Yeah.
What if he's in the ocean and he pees in his pants? Does that count?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the only one I'd be okay with.
You can go on a beach vacation.
I wonder if he would be like, oh, that's weird to pee in the ocean.
Yeah.
I would want to hear his takes on that.
Let's see.
I don't care if giving the ultimatum makes me selfish. I honestly don't. And there are some relevant top comments. Commenter 1 says, question, is he holding it until he can't anymore and then having an accident in his pants? Or is he intentionally just going in his pants rather than use the public bathroom? OP responds, he holds it until he can. If he is not home and he has to go, he will try to get home. However, sometimes he doesn't make it. Commenter number 2 says, amazing. Anybody in his family thinks this is normal. He can't live like that. OP responds, I've learned his brother is fed up with it. When his brother was in university with us, I got the sense that he was annoyed with my boyfriend a lot of the time. I thought it was just normal sibling dynamics. I would too. I have 3 brothers, ages 24, 22, and 20, so I get being annoyed with younger siblings. During one of our arguments over this, my boyfriend admitted his brother joined the Navy to get away from the family and that he didn't want to live with my boyfriend when he was in university.
Wow.
But their parents said they wouldn't help with finances unless he did.
Dang. Wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, so these
Makes a lot of
parents are
sense.
not right either.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're just letting him do it. They're just letting him
Yeah.
get away with all of this and not actually trying to encourage him to, like, get help.
yeah.
That would just make his life so much better.
I wonder how hard it was to potty train.
I mean, they clearly didn't.
Yeah, he's not.
He's just not potty
He's still
trained.
not, yeah. I know my boyfriend's parents and one set of grandparents enable this. Oh, one, okay. His brother doesn't. I'm not sure what his other set of grandparents think. I've only met them once.
I love that the family's divided by this.
Yeah, they're like, who's on the pisses side?
Who's up for the public pisser?
Which one?
Commenter 3 says, if a grown adult would rather crap their pants than use a public bathroom, they need serious help in therapy. I wouldn't have been able to get to the point of moving in. That is insane. OP responds, if I had known about this before I moved in with him, I would have refused to come live in his apartment unless he went to therapy. Even then, he would have had to show he was trying to get better. There's an update 3 weeks later.
How many times
Yeah.
did he pee in his pants since then? I would like to know this in the update.
Well, if he only did it twice in the time that OP and him have been together, I doubt he does it a lot, but it is gonna be a problem. And if he's not willing to do anything, I don't think this can work.
Okay, would you rather have this boyfriend or the boyfriend that lowers his poop into the bowl so it doesn't splash?
I don't want to.
Nope, you gotta pick one.
No, I'm sick.
You gotta pick one.
Oh.
The first one.
I'd rather have the pee in the pants.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I said.
I would rather have the poop, truthfully.
I don't trust that he's washing his hands.
Yeah, see, I would just make sure he's washing his hands. Well,
gross.
because the other one, like, at least he's actually going to the bathroom in the right place.
Yeah.
The other one, like, you could be somewhere at, like, an event and all of a sudden he's just pisses himself. He's like, oh,
He's a-
sorry.
My bad.
Like, it could be any, like, family events, like, whatever. Like, maybe like, oh, sorry.
I guess the poor can go on vacations.
the pooer could go on vacations.
Yuck.
Ay, ay, ay. There's an update 3 weeks later. If I had known he had this issue, I never would have moved in with him in the first place. I tried suggesting he go to therapy to address this, but he kept telling me that he is normal and I am the weird one. That's crazy gaslighting.
You're the weird one.
Absolutely insane.
You're weird
But
because
Billy's
you
Madison said,
pee everywhere.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants. And he really felt that.
He said, you're right. You're
Billy
right.
Madison's one of my favorite movies.
Is that the one with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just referred to that clip. Actually,
If peeing your pants is
people my
cool.
age, people my age all pee their pants.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. That is the grossest thing I've ever heard. Everyone get on the bus.
Wait, he peed his pants. I want to be just like him.
Hey, Billy peed his pants too. Of course I peed my pants. Peeing your pants is the coolest. I can recite that entire movie. I'm not
I
joking.
feel like I could believe that.
That makes sense.
I like Nudie Magazine Day. Nudie Magazine Day.
What? I've never seen this movie.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have
it's
to
so
watch it.
good.
All right, I'll put it on my list.
So good. After that, I knew our relationship was doomed. No one else in his family is like this. His dad is a railroad worker, his mom's a post worker, both sets of his grandparents love to travel. You can't do those things if you have the same issue as my ex-boyfriend. During one of our arguments about this, my boyfriend admitted his brother had wanted to go to university in another province, but their parents said they would withdraw financial support and help getting students loans, unless he went to the closest university. This is the same.
No, that's new stuff.
We've read this part.
No.
Yeah.
No, we didn't know about the
parent. Yeah, we knew that the
parents-
parents would withdraw.
That's
we
why
know
he went
that
to
we
the
don't know the
Navy.
reason. We didn't know the reason that he couldn't go to a different place. This is new information.
Yeah, it was because the parents wanted them to go to the same place. And
Yeah, but we didn't
brother's
know
like,
why
no.
until now.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm just saying
We're
this is
reading-
new
we're reading it,
information.
we're reading it,
We
we're
should
reading
read it as if it is new
we're just
information.
reading it. It's all good.
This was so my ex-boyfriend could get used to his brother's bathroom and come live there for university as well. When his brother was in university with us, I got the sense that he was annoyed with my ex-boyfriend a lot of the time.
That's old information now. And we're back.
I thought it was just normal sibling dynamics.
You should skip that.
I
That's
have
old. The other stuff was new. This is old.
Throw you off the balcony.
That's old. That's old.
I have 3 younger brothers, so I get being annoyed with younger siblings. But my ex-boyfriend admitted that his brother joined the Navy to get away from the family because we live in a landlocked province, and
That's
it was
new.
the only way he could get away without financial support from their parents.
Old.
None of that is... These are all old things.
Wait till the update.
By the way, you can support us by listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Story Time.
Do it.
I need to hear this update.
Okay, it's new information.
It's new? Okay. I'm ready.
According to me and
Oh, okay.
Savannah. I don't
All
know
right.
about
It's
you.
new. Okay.
My ex-boyfriend.
That's new. Now that's new. That's new.
The entire room just shook. My ex-boyfriend said his brother has not spoken to anyone in the family since he left. I know that his parents and one set of grandparents enable him. I don't know about his other set of grandparents because they live in a different province and I only met them once. He has no other family. When I told my ex-boyfriend that I was moving out, he acted surprised. After we paid our rent for May, I told our landlord that I would not be signing a new lease with my ex-boyfriend after ours expired at the end of May. I'm lucky enough to have a best friend who let me temporarily move in with her until my new place is ready next Saturday. I just couldn't imagine a life where he declined better jobs because they aren't remote. Right now, he is a payroll clerk, or where we couldn't go see my family together or travel or buy a house he never lived in before. And no matter what he said, I know I was right about this not being normal.
And there we go.
That's how gaslit she was.
Yeah. He's like, it's normal. Everyone pees their pants. It's normal. It's just like, no, it's not.
cool.
It's not normal. Yeah. Good decision. Approved.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Sure.
No, I will not make out with you. Everyone in this room has now gotten dumber since reading that.
Noted.
Business ethics.
All right, we're ready for this next.
I supported my girlfriend's brother for nearly a decade, and now I've had enough.
10 years down the drain.
Around 8 years ago, my girlfriend's younger brother moved back into our house with his wife after leaving the Marines. After high school, he enlisted, spent a few years mostly doing support and base-related work, then got out. His plan was to use his GI Bill, pursue a real education, and figure out a long-term career path while staying with us temporarily. By the way, this comes from Elliptic, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice, goofly, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, we fully supported them. No rent, free housing, utilities, internet, food, and we constantly cooked meals for them. We also helped with job opportunities, resources, and encouragement. The problem is that temporary slowly became years.
Whoa, that's
Yikes.
crazy difference.
He never committed to school, never held a serious job, and slowly spent all his time gaming. Yikes.
Wait, this is...
Yeah.
Pause. Can I get... So,
This
who
is
was he in the story?
girlfriend's younger brother moved into OP's and his
Okay.
girlfriend's house with his wife.
And then girlfriend's brother. Got it. Okay. I was like, who is he to them? Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
OP continues. He stays up until sunrise, wakes up around 3 p.m., and avoids people whenever guests come over. Meanwhile, his wife worked full-time as a cashier, supporting both of them. Eventually, she cheated and left him, saying she no longer felt anything for someone who had lost all ambition and passion for life. Cheating is wrong, but I understood how resentment could build after years of carrying someone. After the divorce, he admitted he had wasted years of his life and promised he wanted to change. We supported him through that too. Then my girlfriend's parents moved back onto the property to emotionally support him as well. The house was originally bought by them years ago before being transferred into our names, so technically it's ours now, but there's still family attachment involved. Fast forward to now, and nothing has changed. He's 28, still spends nearly all day in his room gaming, and I brought this issue up to my girlfriend multiple times over the years. Almost every time she either gets angry at me for bringing it up or says he's working on a study program or figuring things out. He can't be figuring things out for 8 years.
Yeah, sorry.
Because at that point, you're not helping him.
Yeah, and actions need to have consequences. If someone is so, I'm just going to live here. I'm just going to keep it going. I'm gonna figure this out. And at what point do they have to actually face the fruits of their labor?
Yeah. The fruits of that, what do you mean?
The fruits of their labor. If they're always planning and not doing anything, then when it comes time to eat, it comes time to provide for themselves. They don't have a plate. They don't have anything on it. Yeah.
It's like that saying, teach a man to fish or fish for a man.
Yeah, you're fishing for him every day. He doesn't know how to fish.
Yep, so he can't feed himself for a lifetime. He needs to learn this on his own.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
And there we go.
Oh, who came up with that? Was that Socrates?
That was you.
It was you for the first time right now. Her parents have also admitted that they're tired of talking to him because nothing changes. At this point, I honestly feel like I'm stuck in an echo chamber where everyone recognizes the problem, but nobody wants to confront it anymore. 2 weeks ago, I quietly set a Wi-Fi bedtime pause from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. since me and my girlfriend pay basically all utilities, including internet. Honestly, I thought it would affect nobody except him because everyone else sleeps like normal adults. My girlfriend got upset because I did it without telling her. She said she couldn't sleep knowing there was tension in the house because of the Wi-Fi pause. What? She also explained that growing up, her grandparents controlled things in the house in ways that made her feel like she had no freedom. So the Wi-Fi situation brought back bad memories.
Then go to therapy!
No,
Don't do this here!
Yeah. It's not about
an excuse.
Yeah,
that
it's like you can't do that because I had bad memories. It's not even affecting her.
Yeah.
It's only affecting her brother who games all night.
My mom once slammed the door whenever I got into it, so please never close the door with harsh intentions.
Never close the door at all, actually. Let's just avoid it entirely.
It brings back bad memory.
I told her I understood that and agreed what her grandparents did was unfair. But I also told her she isn't a child anymore, and neither is her brother.
Yeah.
There we go.
Because
There we
he's
go.
younger, so she's older than 28.
Yeah.
Down.
I'm sorry. If he wants to have Wi-Fi at any time of the day, he can buy it.
Yeah. And also get his own place. Like, is he paying, like, anything? Nope. Yeah. So he's a leech. Get rid of him.
This isn't parents punishing teenagers. This is a 28-year-old grown man spending nearly a decade avoiding adulthood while everyone around him financially cushions the consequences. I finally told her something that came from years of frustration. Somehow everyone can sleep peacefully while watching her brother waste his life, isolated in a bedroom, gaming all night.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, video games, I feel like for a lot of guys, it takes away the want and desire to have a purposeful life because they can do it on the game.
Yeah,
Well, you get,
can
like,
just live your
too
life.
into it. Like, I love video games. I love, like, playing all this stuff. But there is a time where it's like, okay, now to get up and do something.
Now I have to go on doing life.
Yeah, now I have to be a human being.
Crazy how that works.
And probably eat something.
Probably. I'm hungry.
And maybe go to the bathroom. I don't know.
Pee your pants.
But pausing the internet for 6 hours suddenly becomes the unbearable problem. She thinks I'm being cruel towards someone who may be depressed. And if they're depressed, then we cannot keep letting them live in the same situation that is causing the depression.
Yeah, so they're depressed for 8 years and you just let them be depressed.
You're like, well,
What a
he's
sibling
depressed.
You are.
Yeah, he's depressed, so I don't want to do anything that changes that.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, then we'll just let him do whatever he wants.
No!
I think everyone has spent years enabling self-destruction because nobody wants to be the bad guy. Am I the a-hole? And we've got an update, but what do you guys think?
No, I don't think that you're the a-hole for doing that. I think you're the one actually making a change in the house and being like, I'm done with this. I'm putting my foot down.
Yeah.
Do something with your life. You can't just leech off of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got something here.
He's got something,
Wiki
folks.
how? Come on.
Wiki how?
Even better.
How to move out.
How to be productive in life.
Even better.
How to stop
The
gaming.
Lord's WikiHow.
Oh,
All right.
Bible Gateway.
Bible
What
Gateway.
does that mean?
What is happening here?
The Lion King.
All right. Here we go. This is what my parents embedded in both me and my brother, and I feel like this is like a great illustrations of how parenting should happen and where these parents failed them. So,
Are you forcing your religion on me?
no. But like, listen. Children are a heritage from the Lord. Offspring is a reward. Like arrows in the hands of warriors. Children's born is one of youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. Okay, maybe that's not the one I was looking for. But basically what I'm saying...
So confused.
Basically what I'm saying is...
Are they giving babies arrows?
No. But the kids are like... It's an analogy of
Where are they
like...
shooting?
Of like kids are like an arrow. And then whenever it comes to time to let go, they should be able to hit their target. And it probably won't be perfect, but they should be able to fly. Not just still be in the like freaking holster and not be used.
This guy, if he was an arrow, it'd be like... and it would go right to the floor.
There's also a Gibran, I can't remember his first name, a quote. He wrote a poem.
Jabron?
I only remember his
Jabron
LeBron?
James?
Jabron. No.
Jabron Lames?
But he also talks about, he's like, you have to let your children live their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to learn how... A good parent teaches...
look it up.
A good parent teaches their child to become independent.
Yes.
Like, you have to.
Yes.
You
So-
have to.
And you will see the fruits of my mother's labor whenever you see that I actually did do the laundry downstairs and I folded all my clothes.
The fruits of your mother's labor. What kind of fruit?
I don't know.
All right. And then,
I'm
okay.
thinking mangoes.
I don't think that's maybe
Peaches.
strawberries.
Oranges.
Now we've got,
Apples.
we've got,
Citrus.
no, so you got the religion one. And if you want another version, we've also got Khalil Gibran, who says on children, your children
Khalil.
are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you.
Yep.
And now you got two versions.
There we go. Savannah, you want to do a third? I think
yeah.
you did the fisherman one earlier.
Yeah,
that was
that's
pretty
true.
That was pretty fire.
So you don't get another one.
I was just going to look up children quotes. I don't really have one. This is the best way to make children good is to make them happy. Oscar Wilde said that.
Oscar Wilde said that.
I disagree with that because it turns into this guy.
And he was gay.
What,
Sorry.
gay? No, I'm talking about the guy, OP. Oh, this is
Oscar
brother.
Wilde was gay.
Make them get, No, I was talking about OP because the
Okay.
parents prioritized making OP's brother, that brother, so happy. So now he's like not doing anything with his life.
I was just telling facts about Oscar Wilde. But anyway.
Thank you. Thank you for that fact.
A lot of people had questions regarding the ownership of the house, and I do admit I wasn't very clear about certain details. Part of that was intentional because I wanted to maintain some anonymity for myself and the people involved in case the post gained too much attention, which it obviously did. I hope you guys can understand that. After reading through many of your perspectives, I sat down with my girlfriend last night and we had a very serious conversation. Okay, nice. About the future and expectations moving forward.
Let's go.
I love to see it.
I hate that you have to parent both your girlfriend and her brother, but
Yeah.
you know,
But
we're
we got
here.
there. We got there. I explained to her that I cannot continue living in a situation where one person refuses to take accountability while everyone else is expected to carry the burden.
Damn, especially me.
Yeah. For clarification, the issue is mainly regarding her brother. A lot of the frustration comes from the fact that there has been little to no initiative from him despite everyone else around him trying to help. I understand people go through difficult periods in life, and I truly try to be patient and supportive. But at some point, effort has to come from the individual too.
Yeah, that's totally
True.
chill.
That's like
Sophia.
just facts.
I just got fired and I want to live in your house for free.
No.
Can I do that?
Yeah, of
No.
course.
For how long?
One day.
One. Like setting down boundaries, you know? For 3 months, you got it till 3 months.
hours.
That's like when my dresser lived here for like
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah, when you said it was going to be 2 days and then I got in trouble.
She said a week.
She said a week and it was how long? And then I got in trouble.
I also got in trouble.
Good.
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend that if nothing changes, then we will need to separate living arrangements and I will move out. As difficult as that conversation was, I felt it was necessary because this situation cannot continue indefinitely without structure, accountability, and actual effort being made. The plan moving forward is to establish real deadlines and measurable steps for her brother to start addressing his situation instead of continuing to avoid it. As many commenters pointed out, VA resources will be the first thing we push him towards pursuing immediately. After that, we discussed career workshops, employment assistance programs, and other resources that could help him get back on his feet and build some long-term stability. But you'll have long-term stability if you listen to full episodes with stories just like this, because we have so many of them. And you can find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Just search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit left. Any final thoughts?
I mean, I'm hoping that this guy, is he going to therapy? Do they give that?
I mean, they're looking at the resources that they have. I don't know if anything's been like set in stone.
The
yet.
other thing is like, he still isn't doing the work though.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they
still
are
other
still,
people.
like he is still just doing absolutely nothing. And they're just coming to him and be like, does this work for you? Does this, anything works for him because he does nothing.
Hopefully
So-
it's a start though.
Yeah. But hopefully you have a conversation and be like, hey, you can't be depressed for 8 years and do nothing. It's time to live your life. You wasted your 20s. I'm sorry to tell you, but your 30s don't have to be like this. Let's do something about it.
Yeah. And there are ways to make this your lifestyle. If you want to play video games all the time, you can probably figure out a way
Be a
to test
streamer.
video games or be a streamer and make money off of it.
True,
But you have to work smart. You can't just, God,
Can't just do it.
I could go all day about this.
Yeah. I also made it clear that I am willing to support someone who is actively trying to improve their situation, but I cannot continue enabling someone who refuses to help themselves.
Well said. Well
Thanks.
said.
I care deeply about my girlfriend and her family, which is why I stepped up and stayed patient for as long as I did. But I've also realized I need to protect my own future, finances, and mental well-being too. For now, I'm focusing less on promises and more on actions. I genuinely appreciate everyone who offered advice, criticism, concern, and even tough truths. A lot of your comments gave me perspectives I honestly had not fully considered before. And that's the end of the story, and OP's considering them now. Yay.
Good.
Hooray.
I mean, it's just,
Huzzah.
it's sad. Like, I do feel bad for those people that, like, have no motivation to do stuff like that. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you do have to contribute to society in some way, whether you like it or not, because that also helps you in life. Like, just getting a routine and, you know, taking diet into consideration, exercise, you know, like, the foundations, like, find your foundation.
And I think it's not on the people, but it is if you want to help a person in your life who is, you know, experiencing this, then you can't just be like, oh, well, that's how their life is, so I can't do anything about it. I can't say anything about it, and that's just how they're going to be. If you want to help them, it is calling it out and saying, hey, I'm willing to help you find those resources and look into this, but I can't force you to do it.
Accountability.
But that's the end of that story, and we've got some comments from the video. My late husband had a son he never told me about. Now my daughter wants to know her brother. And this was posted May 16th, 2026. And the TLDR comes from story 1. OP's husband passed away suddenly. But right before the funeral, a teenage boy showed up at her door claiming to be her husband's secret son.
I remember this.
Me too. From another country. Opie had no idea this kid even existed. And now he's getting weirdly close to her 2 daughters and acting suspicious. Was he really her husband's son, or was he a scammer trying to trick a grieving family? OP thought she had it all figured out, but the truth turned her whole world upside down again. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video. And we've got comments. Shay G says, funeral scams are a thing. Now it's a lot easier and quicker to prove, but they've been a thing for a long time, LOL. Well, there you go. So be aware, everyone. Lopez mom says, story 1 sounds like she's going through the phases of grief. Hopefully she gets therapy to work through it. And Medidio says, yes, first OP does deserve some grace. Her husband passed unexpectedly and young. She's trying to navigate this horrific loss and be present for her children in their horrific loss. There is so much stuff to take care of when a spouse passes. Legal, financial, burial, planning, while in the grips of the initial and intense blow of loss and grief. Then some stranger shows up, tells her in one breath that her husband lied and hid something huge from her for all these years, and that suddenly her daughters, who are also in a really painful place of grief and loss, have a sibling. Then that stranger doesn't even wait to discuss it with you and inserts himself into her daughter's grief and now confusion. It is too much. She should be protective of her daughters in this moment. She should be skeptical. She should put up boundaries and take time to process everything. And the son should understand too, if he wishes understanding from her too. Even if he is their sibling, which she was wise to question and get confirmation of, she needs to have clear boundaries and it should be a process. He still might not be trustworthy to be around the girls, though he very well could be. All of this skepticism and amount of care is a necessary process. And that's the end of that comment. And yeah, it was definitely a lot of grief that they were going through. So it made sense.
It was really hard to like navigate like that when also you couldn't even ask your husband because
he wasn't even there.
So it's like, what do you do?
But that's the end of those comments and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you might enjoy. So stay tuned for the next one.
I suspect my son being a couple with his guy friend. I want to let him know it's okay.
Oh, wait, what?
That could have
That's
been
good.
that almost
I was looking
turned
for
out
that to
bad.
switch up to bad, but that's good.
My boy is 20 years old. He is absolutely my pride and joy, and there is nothing he could do that would ever make me love him less. For the first half of his life, I regrettably wasn't involved very much. His mother and I parted ways when he was just a few months old. And at that time, I was struggling with a substance abuse problem and was probably not as present in his life as I should have been, nor was I suited to fatherhood at all. By the way, this comes from Throw a Love My Gay Son. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I saw him at most 2 to 3 times a year for the first 12 years of his life. I won't discuss details because that's his private story to tell. But when he was 12, he revealed to me that he was being badly mistreated at the hands of his mother and her boyfriend. Oh. Despite not being the best father at the time, I didn't want my boy suffering anymore. So I got myself cleaned up and sorted out in order to get full custody of him. I've effectively been a single and sober father ever since, and he has little to no contact with his mother. I mean, at least he stepped up. That's pretty good.
Shout out. This is a
Shout
good start.
out.
This is a good start.
He's everything a man could want his son to be. He's uniquely kind and fiercely loyal. He's unflinchingly brave. He's incredibly generous, and despite the horrors he suffered as a child, he's unfailingly positive and sunny to the last. Somehow, I, of all people, was bestowed with the honor of watching him grow from a sweet young boy to the greatest man I have ever known. I cannot stress enough pride in him. When he was 18, he got accepted into a top-ranking university on the other side of the country. I was sad to see him go, but simultaneously overjoyed that he got into his first choice and was starting a new chapter in his life. He comes home once every other month, and on the months he doesn't come home, I go to visit him in college. He's doing well at uni, has made lots of friends, and seems incredibly happy there, which I'm obviously chuffed about. Since his second year, he's lived with his friend in a flat off campus. I've strongly suspected since his early teens that my son loves men. And I now know more or less have confirmation that this is true and that his friend is actually his boyfriend, but for some reason, his son doesn't feel like he can. So for this little pandemic faff, my son decided he'd rather come home and quarantine at mine than stay at his uni flat. His friend, however, would be left alone if my son came back, as he's Canadian and his family is back over there, and I gather he doesn't have the best relationship with them anyway. He asked if it would be okay if his friend tagged along to my house, and I said, of course, no problem. They've been back at mine for about 6 weeks. They think They think they're being subtle. I know. But I've caught them doing coupley things on several occasions. The friend has slipped up a couple of times, called my son babe and sweetie in front of me, which I pretended not to notice for the sake of saving embarrassment. There have been nights where we'll be watching a film with the lights off and thinking I can't see, my son will have his arm around the friend. One day, I walked into the lounge, and I'd be positive that they had just been kissing and were trying to cover it. Though I admit I have no confirmation on that one. The most solid evidence, however, came a few mornings ago. I get up very early to go for runs in the morning, hence why I'm making a Reddit post at 5 in the morning. As far as I was told, my son was sleeping in his childhood room and his friend was in the guest room. I don't know what possessed me to do so, but on Tuesday morning, I cracked my son's door open to check on him like I used to when he was a kid. Lo and behold, they're both asleep, snuggled up together in my son's bed. That's more or less solidified for me that they're together. I didn't say anything, just shut the door and went for a run. And I haven't mentioned it to them yet either. What I want advice on is this. So chat, give me your advice. Give it to me. How do I let my son and his boyfriend know that I'm okay with them being a couple and they don't have to feel like they have to sneak around in my house? You can smooch in front of daddy, I guess. I want them to be comfortable here, and I want them to know I support them both no matter what. Or is that not a good idea? Am I better off leaving it alone and waiting until they tell me themselves? If they ever do. I obviously don't want to force either of them out of the closet, but at the same time, I hate feeling as if they feel like they're being forced into the closet in my house. Sometimes, being in a secret relationship adds to the spice.
I was gonna say.
Sneaking around, forbidden love.
Being sneaky. It adds a layer.
Adds a layer. A layer to the brick.
That's why we. All these stories of people cheating. It's like they kind of like. Being sneaky. There's a sneakiness about it.
Yeah, just let them.
Which doesn't make it okay.
What's the best course of action here? We got some comments. All right, comments. First, congrats on cleaning your life up and being there for your son. Most of the comments here are great, and I think any of them would be fine. Just reassure your son it's okay and that you'll love him no matter his sexuality. My friend's dad left his son a sticky note for him to find that just said he loves him and approves of his boyfriend because he's such a gentleman. Lol. I think reassurance is best, but I love everyone else's comments. And we got an update. Hello, lovely people. As promised, I'm back with an update. Want to top this off with a big thank you, everyone who left such lovely, thoughtful comments. Honestly, didn't expect so many people to see the post. I was thinking maybe an absolute maximum of 100 people would see it, and even that seemed like loads. It was lovely to hear back from so many of you, and I'm forever grateful for the fantastic advice most of you gave. Also overjoyed by my new adopted Reddit children. Haha, you're all doing amazing. I'm very proud of you all. Also, big thanks to all of the lovely people who sent me such sweet messages of support, and to those of you who reached out to me because you felt you needed someone to talk to. If anyone else feels that way and is in need of dadly advice, do feel free to give me a message and I will do my best to help out. Okay, you all want me to shut up and tell me what happened. My son was busy with some assignments, both for his freelancing job and his uni work most of the day, and I didn't want to disturb him, so I waited until after dinner to chat. The friend that could be the boyfriend that is staying with Opie and the dad, went to have a bath while my son and I watched telly. I told him face to face, son, I love you very much. You don't have to tell me anything you don't want, but I want you and friend to feel comfortable being yourselves and loving whatever worm you want to love in my house. And you don't ever need to hide your worms from me. All right? Well, it turns out a heck of a lot of you were right. And son burst out laughing and said, oh, thank God. I reckon you clicked on, but didn't say anything because I didn't want to make you feel weird. Basically, we've been pussyfooting around the topic because neither one of us wanted to make the other uncomfortable talking about it. We had a bit of a chat, and he confirmed that I'm right in thinking they've been together since their first year of uni, and that's why they moved in together the second year. However, apparently, I'm not as brilliant and intuitive as I thought, because apparently one of his friends in secondary school was his boyfriend for a year, and I had absolutely no idea. So if they wanted to be sneaky, they could. By the way, if you want to be sneaky and listen to us when you least expect we'd know you'd be listening, go over to our podcast, OK Storytime, wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is, and just search OK Storytime. Listen to us. Come on.
That's right.
But he went and talked to the boyfriend after his bath, and then we all had a bit of a further chat. Sadly, a lot of you were right that the reason the boyfriend doesn't have a good relationship with his parents is because he came out to them a few years ago, and they effectively disowned him.
What a stinky batch of parental
Stinky
units.
Family, stinky stink. So I made him sure that he knows that he's a part of our family now. Sorry if that's all not as exciting and groundbreaking as some of you hoped. Haha, I'm glad this is something my little boy, no longer feels he has to keep from me. And I'm very glad he's happy with his partner. Thank you all again for the help. And we got some relevant comments with maybe a response from OP. Just imagine being your son's boyfriend and to all of a sudden have an actual home and parent to fall back on. All the money in the world cannot buy that, what you just gave him. That is where that story ends.
Big true.
So cute. So cute. So cute. We love to see it. We love to be it. We love to onomatopoeia it.
That's right.
Boop. That's my onomatopoeia. I told my aunt she can't be at my child delivery, but she still went.
It's funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. So, quick backstory. I, 33 female, was pregnant at 19 with my first child. My mom was 41. My aunt was 43. They'd been estranged for almost a decade around the time I got pregnant. By the way, this comes from Aggravating Cat 5357. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, my mom was toxic in the controlling narcissistic mother way. My aunt was toxic in a substance and self-victimizing way. They were both unbelievably manipulating. They got the old 1-2 of familial diddly-do. Ugh. They were both unbelievably manipulative, and it's unfortunate that my cousins and I had them for mothers. My oldest cousin and I never knew our fathers, and our moms had us both at 21. They were always in competition with each other. My aunt had 2 kids. My mom only had me. My aunt was considered the pretty one. My mom was the smart one. My aunt was jealous that my mom had curves. My mom was jealous my aunt had their dad. It was a constant back and forth. Sounds healthy. Sounds like a lovely place to grow up. Sounds like it would not give you any trauma at all. Sounds like the trauma wouldn't continue into adulthood. The breaking point was when my aunt started drinking so much, she would show up at our house at 4 a.m. pounding on the door.
Ooh, police.
My mom essentially told her she'd mess her up if she ever came back. It sucked because I was very close to my aunt and cousins, but this was thematic for my mom's own family, especially at my expense. Now, to the story. When I found out I was pregnant, my mom was disappointed, to say the least. It was very unplanned, and I wasn't in a stable situation, so I completely understand why she felt that way. However, she decided this was the moment she would no longer be supportive. I saw my mom a total of 3 times during my entire pregnancy, and she, who had me under similar circumstances, allowed her disappointment to get in the way of her role as my mother. She would spend those few times telling me how she wasn't going to be a grandmother because she didn't want me to be in the situation I was in. So basically she's like, I can't believe you're getting into the same situation. I'm not gonna take care of you. She already had 3 step grandchildren. It hurt me to know that my mom had no intention of being there for me or for my own child, so I distanced myself. During that distance, my aunt caught wind of my pregnancy and reached out to me. I jumped at the chance to have any family step up to the plate. Even my stepsister from my mom's first marriage was more present than her own mother. Our parents had been divorced for over 10 years, and she planned my baby shower. I was invited over for a visit, so my boyfriend and I went over. And when we walked in, their living room was full of baby stuff. I had already had my baby shower, and she hadn't been invited because my mom was there. So she went ahead and went garage sale shopping. and essentially stocked my entire nursery for me. I was absolutely grateful at this act of kindness, not realizing her history of manipulation. To this day, I am still very grateful for what she did, especially since I was able to give those things to friends who had kids, who gave them to others, who truly takes a village. However, I wasn't aware that her ulterior motive was access to the birthing room while I was in labor.
Oh, really? She had an ulterior motive, you say?
I had planned from the very beginning for my mom and my boyfriend to be there. You're only allowed 2 people, so those were the only 2 people on the planet I wanted in that room. Even if my mom didn't want the whole situation, she at least didn't argue with me on that aspect. So she's like, I don't really want to support you, but I will be there at the birth.
Well, that's good.
When I explained this to my aunt, she tried to manipulate me by bringing up the difficulties I'd expressed between my mom and me, but I held firm and I didn't budge on my answer. I told her she could visit while my mom wasn't there, just because I didn't want any drama surrounding the birth of my child. A few weeks later, which was a few weeks before my due date, I was told by my grandma that my aunt wanted all of the baby stuff back. The baby stuff that she had given out of the kindness of her heart.
You can't just take that back after you give it to the people who are having the child.
I wasn't all that shocked, but I was definitely pissed about it. I had been nesting since we got everything, and the nursery was all set, organized. I actually had so many baby clothes. I ran out of closet and dresser space. I had another friend's mom essentially go and do the same thing for me by going garage sale shopping, and she basically told me that she was super excited and wanted to help since my friend had also told her of my mom's attitude. I barely knew this woman, and again, I'm extremely grateful for her generosity. That being said, I told my grandma to tell my aunt that she is free to come to my apartment and go through every single item and find the ones that she bought in particular, but that my mom was going to be there to watch. Guess who didn't show up?
Stinker Pants didn't show up because it's going to take too much effort.
Fast forward to my labor. My mom, godmother, and boyfriend all told the front desk staff and nurses that my aunt was not allowed in any capacity in my room. Put I see you in the chat if you know where this is going.
Yeah, I can't
Put
imagine.
I see you in the chat.
I can't imagine where this is going.
She lost the privilege of visiting my baby in my eyes for saying what she said and thinking she had the right to dictate who I had in my room. My labor was pretty easy. I walked around the hospital for 6 hours, letting the contractions get stronger and stronger. My pain tolerance was baffling, but epidural is a godsend. I was even given Pitocin to help speed up the process. About 11:30 p.m., I get a phone call. My boyfriend answers. It's my aunt, and she sounds wasted because she has had a problem with drinking. She found out from my younger cousin, who would have been 16, that I was in labor, and she was frantically asking my boyfriend how things were going and started freaking out about how I was given Pitocin and how it could hurt the baby. While he's trying to get off the phone, I start to feel my daughter's head. At the same time, her heart monitor started going off like crazy, and several nursing staff come running into the room. Boyfriend finally ended up hanging up on her to call my mom, who left to have a cig. 5 minutes later, with a vacuum assist, my daughter was born, blue and not breathing. When she passed through the birth canal, the umbilical cord wrapped so tightly around her neck, she had to be pulled out immediately. There wasn't even time to consider a C-section. But 11:59 p.m., my beautiful daughter was born. And because of circumstances, my mom got her crap together and decided to be the best grandma she could be for her. Oh my God, that was a whirlwind. I thought the baby was going to not make it. I thought the baby was not going to make it. My daughter is now 13.
Nice.
And is perfectly healthy. The whole thing was crazy, and I was looking forward to going back to some level of normal as having a new baby to be responsible for can be. We were literally packing up on the last day when we heard a knock on our door. Lo and behold, who do you think it is, Dakota?
It's Santa.
Nope. It's the crazy aunt herself and my younger cousin. I don't have it in me to start an argument. and I was more focused on my miracle baby than being angry. And you should be focused on listening to this podcast every day by searching OK Storytime wherever you get your podcast. Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get them. Just search OK Storytime. But she did try to start some crap over not being allowed in the birthing room. But my boyfriend, who usually didn't speak up, told her to back the F off because he didn't want her in the room either.
Nice.
Bop, bop, bop. Let's go.
Well, how did she get in? Wasn't she on the do not let in list?
I was more pissed off at the staff for not following the one instruction they were given by 3 different people, which was to not let this crazy, drunken aunt who is completely manipulative crash your birth.
You let the one person who couldn't come in, here she is.
But again, I was more grateful to be going home with my precious cargo than to be angry. Both my mom and aunt are deceased now, so the drama is gone. And I know exactly how a mother should act. And I have my stepnieces and nephews that I love dearly. Instead of the psycho witch aunt, I'm the crazy fun aunt. It just baffles me how toxic my family truly was when I look back. All I can do now is not repeat the vicious cycle. And we do have some comments and an update from OP. Comment 1, far out people be crazy. I hope there was at least one decent nurse at the hospital who blasted the others for not following your direct instructions regarding your aunt. My mother is a nurse, and I know if she was there, she would be the one blasting the others.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad in the end that you were okay, your child is okay, and that you don't have to deal with toxic family BS anymore. And OP replied, I can't remember if anyone did or did not, but I myself put a nurse on blast when I gave birth to my second child.
Blast.
I look way younger than I am, and I was 26, so most of the nurses and doctors thought it was my first child. At shift change, the new nurse checked my cervix. My first nurse stayed for a bit, and she was wonderful. And 10 minutes later, I tell her, I think the baby is coming, and she was just talking to my first nurse, snapped at me, and said, I just checked you. I blinked at her, cocked my head, and said, well, check again. She puts on a glove, rolling her eyes, and huffing, reaches, and goes, oh, that's a head. And I shout back, no, really?
Oh, really? No way, but you just checked.
My epidural had worn off at that point, too, so I was already very angry. This child was born 15 minutes later, super healthy, no complications. The only complication was this witchy nurse and the fact that the epidural comes in latex boxes. Why? Took the pharmacy 2 hours after my epidural to run out and refill because of my allergy to latex. And we got one more comment and one more response. Comment 2, why was your aunt so desperate to be in the delivery room? OP replied, I genuinely don't know. I think she thought she could lord it over my mom. As they said, they were in constant competition, even when it came to us kids. Upon further reflection and thinking of this question, I believe she was trying to be the grandmother to my child since my mom expressed not wanting it. Oh, but not in a selfless way. Plus, back then, no matter what, I wanted my mom, and I think she didn't like that I wouldn't just give up on her. Had she lived longer than she did, she would have seen it happen eventually. And that's where that's.
Wow.
That is insane, insanely bad luck on those births. You got a blue baby on the first one, bad nurses on the second.
Well, I mean, healthy 13-year-old now.
Yeah, and a healthy baby.
But annoying,
later too.
I finally escaped my cruel aunt that tormented my family for years. My revenge cost her $300,000.
Oh my, what?
Wowza.
Is your aunt a ghost?
What?
Who was haunting you?
Dealt with my crappy, manipulative, abusive aunt all my life, and I finally got revenge.
Vengeance.
Players: myself, male, late 30s, sister, 3 years younger, aunt, older sister to my mother. My sister, in quotes. Mother, single mom, adopted, no blood relation to my aunt. Okay, that's fine. Cousins, 3 total, 1 male, 2 female. I have good relationships with them now, mostly. By the way, this comes from Lime Jerry, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit, please. My estranged father, who had been living several counties over, was pretty much out of the picture by the time my parents got their divorce when I was 9. Due to financial hardship, we were forced to live with my aunt and the nightmare of a household we would soon find ourselves in. My aunt married into Georgia wealth, and you can figure out what that means on your own. She had 3 kids and eventually caught her husband having an affair. Oh no! It's a huge scandal. She gets the house, the kids, and a fat payout from the family attorney. This is important because my aunt didn't do a dang thing in her life to earn her money, her house, her lifestyle, or basically anything. She was born poor along with my mom. Under her household, she was wasted with power. Years of therapy have allowed me to recognize that certain people, when in a position of power, get a perverse pleasure in ordering others to do their bidding. She was the strictest of authoritarians in every possible way you can imagine. Chores had to be completed by an exact specific time, vacuuming by 3:45 p.m., dishes by 3:55 p.m. Dang. Laundry days for my mother, us kids, were Tuesday, Thursday, 3:35 p.m. to 7:55 p.m.
That's a lot of laundry.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of laundry.
A lot of laundry. If it was still running, she would shut the power off for the 2 units. As we grew older, our own kids opted to stay with their father for full-time custody, and she had them on the weekends. Even they couldn't stand her when she was in charge and in the house. As time passed, she got them less and less, opting for alternating weekends as high school activities took precedence over the time with mother. For my sister and I, the large 6-bedroom house was not ours for the taking. My mom had to pay rent as well as rent for a 1-bedroom as that was all she could afford on her salary. We had to share a bedroom until my 2nd year of high school. All the while, there was one spare, unused bedroom available at all times. My aunt needed this for guests when they stayed over. Not one guest stayed there in the 10 years I was under that roof.
Come on. What is this?
Yeah,
You're entertaining guests?
Yeah.
They're not here. What are they, spirits?
Finally, the church we attended told my aunt to give up the spare bedroom so my sister can have her own room, as it was unhealthy for 2 teenagers sharing a room together like that. That infuriated my aunt because someone told her what to do in her own household. My sister and I got the burn of a wrath. As my mom's salary was tapped out, my sister and I had to do extra chores like mowing the lawn, trimming the shrubs, cleaning the pool, which we no longer use, without her being outside watching us. My aunt's behavior was becoming more and more outrageous and disconnected from society. For example, she had always snapped her fingers when she wanted to get someone's attention, but it was getting far more frequent, and she would blow up into a tirade if either my sister and I didn't obey. Her own kids tried repeatedly to tell her that the crap she was doing was wrong, but she wouldn't listen. Eventually, they wanted nothing to do with her outside of the home. She was a tyrant there, and repeated intervention to get her to see the folly of her ways would fall on deaf ears. I snapped. All through high school, I had no confidence as a person. I was weak-willed and growing ever distant from friends and society. I say this in all truthfulness and fear that had circumstances continued the way they had been going, I could very well have been in danger to myself or others. It was that bad.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes. Oh man. I had just graduated high school and started my first semester of community college. I'm 2 weeks into my classes attending from home when my aunt drops a bomb on me. You owe me money for this month's rent, the same amount for next month's rent as well. It is the 27th after all. You're an adult now. You're out of high school and working now, so you need to pay rent.
What?
The F I blew an effing gasket as I yelled back. You can't just suddenly decide to charge me rent just because you feel like it.
Yeah.
I need a 30 days notice. I have rights. Good for you, OP.
Correct.
You
it's
do.
like, yeah, if you want to pull you're 18 now, it's like, yeah, I'm an adult, so you can't do this to me. You're breaking the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm paying rent and you're my landlord, you're not making me pay rent right, doofus.
Yeah, get a contract if you want it so bad. My aunt yelled at me some BS excuse that just had that she had discussed this with my mother, and it was decided that I needed to pay my own rent now. In some miraculous backbone move, of which I still have no idea how I stood up to her, I yelled right back at her,
If I'm an adult, then treat me like it and talk to me about rental agreements. I'll start paying you rent in 30 days starting the 1st.
Yes.
Boom. Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
I turned my back to her and walked away with my fists balled tight. I was furious with anger, but I walked away. My aunt saw my fists from behind and screamed bloody muck duck. Anyone know that reference? There we go. That I was going to attack her. But no, I wasn't. She snapped her fingers at me repeatedly on my tail to get my attention. But I didn't turn around. I needed to cool off and clear my head. As I turned the corner, she grabbed my wrist hard, yelling, "I'm not finished talking to you." I threw my still balled up fist forward, keeping with my stride to break her grip as I hadn't stopped my momentum. This caused her grabbing arm to slam hard into the corner of the wall that I had just turned into. She screamed in pain, but I left the house and took off.
Oh, looks like you effed around and you found out, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
dude, that was literally on you.
This person that I was grabbing and trying to detain, they resisted, and now my arm hurts.
Oh, you poor thing. The aftermath of that incident was that my aunt called the cops on me in an attempt to press charges. She was taken to the hospital and suffered a fractured wrist. Whoa. And she was put in a cast and sling. Don't know, as I never saw it and never inquired further. Her story changed every time she told the cops what happened, while my story was spot on every time. There you go. That's how you do it. I can still recall that moment down to the smell in the house, where I was facing, the working and non-working light bulbs, etc. Forever ingrained in me. I was punted out of the house, and I couldn't visit my sister or my mom there at the house again. Fine by me, as I didn't want to see my witch aunt ever again. I was happy to meet my mother and sister at the local diner or outlet. We could be ourselves there, not hostages in our own home. Years later, my mom wised up and got out of the relationship with her sister and moved out on her own. Whoop, whoop. Good job. Good job. She got a temporary nice place, invested wisely, and with the help from the church, got help getting a place of her own. In 2009, after the housing crisis, she bought her own place that she could never have afforded on her own prior to the market crash. But some good came out of it. She wept knowing my sister and her family and myself can come visit anytime and stay. Over the years, I've been able to forgive my aunt. Not forget, but forgive. I've let go a lot of my anger and hatred towards her that she put me through. When she has no leverage or control over us, she's a somewhat decent person for being a total witch of a person. My cousins have calmed down, heard my side of what happened those years ago, and know what kind of person I am compared to what kind of person their mother is. They chose to believe me and know I didn't hit her or strike her or beat her across the face like she continues to claim.
Which is crazy. You grabbed somebody and then now you want to play the, it wasn't me, it was her.
Exactly.
It was you. You did this.
She's the one that made it physical.
You did this. You did this.
And now for the revenge. While I have been able to forgive my aunt for what she has done to me, I cannot forgive her for what she did to my mother. Kept her in financial hardship for a decade while she sat on a bank account full of cash and assets. Or what she did to my sister. Forced her to pay for damages because the water heater burst while my aunt and mother was away one weekend, leaving my sister at home. She didn't discover the flooded rooms for hours. My aunt's reasoning, it was her responsibility to watch the house, not the responsibility of the homeowner to maintain or replace the water heater before it goes. Let's leave that upfront $5,000 financial burden before the flood insurance punts in on a 16-year-old girl. I've had little to no contact with my aunt since I was punted out of the house nearly 2 decades ago, but I do keep in constant contact with my cousins. While I'm not going to divulge what I do for a living, I can say that I work with and for the government. I've worked my butt off getting to where I'm at today. I'm known for being truthful, wise, and giving good advice when asked. Because of this, I often talk financially with all my cousins. all of whom are money smart and doing well for themselves. They often then relay this information to their scheming mother, who has no mind for business and investment. All that money she got from her house sale, her divorce settlement, her previous investments is pretty much gone. I spent years planning on the perfect trap, and it took a long time to prepare everything to make sure that everything appeared right. I am not a lawyer, and I don't pretend to know the law, but I do know the regulations and laws pertaining to insider information. This is not that. 100% certain of it, and if I ever go to court, I know my lawyer has a solid case in my defense. But is this a gray area? Most definitely. I let slip to my cousins about some future real estate plans near my aunt's new area of living. It may be worth a lot more because of future development taking place in the area. All of that was true and backed up by what was in the newspaper and new construction signs that newly appeared on Google Maps at the time. The rest was fabricated by myself, backed up by actual information I looked up on real estate websites and on projects I was working on through my work. The telephone game takes place, and a few weeks later, I presume, my aunt starts making phone calls to real estate agents trying to buy lots of land in the undeveloped, crappy area of her new house. Over the course of a few months to a half a year, she spends $300,000 of her last remaining savings on land, hoping it will pay out when the area around it gets developed in the upcoming years. Only HUD Government City doesn't have any plans to develop in those immediate areas. Ooh, she did not do her research.
You don't know what you're doing.
Ooh. In fact, analysis showed that building in those areas was poor planning and would cost the taxpayers 2 to 3 times as much as the land was not environmentally sound. It was best to build 6 miles away. This post was long overdue because it's been over 2 years since my aunt purchased the land that is basically worthless. See, she won't sell the land unless she gets at least the same price she paid for because she's the owner of that land. Can't tell her what to do on her own land. Sweet karma strikes in a way I couldn't possibly have foreseen.
Yeah, I certainly did not
Not
foresee that being $300K. Just buying trash land that no one wants to buy yet.
What's that line? Like, your enemies will defeat themselves before they get the chance to swing. Or before you get the chance.
It's like you never stop your enemy when they're defeating themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, never tell your opponent they're making mistakes.
You know what's never, ever a mistake? Going to your favorite podcast app.
That's right.
Either Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you choose. And searching OK Storytime, because guess what? We have more episodes with stories just like this one.
Full episodes
waiting for you.
made out of stories like this.
Yeah.
Mwah.
My cousin informed me that the value of the land has decreased significantly because it's not environmentally sound to build anything commercial there, but it's zoned for commercial use. Currently, 3 of the 4 blocks of land she purchased are just Devil's Lettuce farms next to eyesore abandoned buildings or industrial complexes. Nobody can build on it, and nor does anyone want to buy it. To be her. Best part is my cousins have absolutely no idea that I set them up for their mother to take the fall. These environmental results are relatively new and the perfect cover to say why the project changed locations 6 miles away. Edit on July 6th, 2020. Note there seems to be some confusion as to my cousins being cheated out of their inheritance. Their father and his side of the family is still extremely wealthy, and each of my cousins are money-wise and financially independent. Yes, there's more to this story, but none I can confirm or follow up on at this time. And that is the end of that story. Wow. That was a wild one.
That was quite a journey that we went on together.
It really, really was.
A wild ride, so to speak.
I'm glad that she just, that's just the best thing to do. Just sit back. They'll figure it out themselves.
You let the trash take itself out.
Exactly.
Sometimes you let your enemies defeat themselves.
Yes.